Party City's 4th 2024 Halloween sneak peek has arrived. Let's take a look. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to yet another Party City Halloween 2024 video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the date is May 21st, 2024, and for the past 3 Tuesdays, Party City has graced us with early previews of their Halloween 2024 animatronic lineup, and now it is once again Tuesday, Party City Tuesday, I guess you could call it, because we are here with our 4th week in a row, and our 4th Party City Halloween 2024 animatronic sneak peek. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this. The 4th Party City Halloween 2024 sneak peek is none other than the Contaminated Kid. Now, I'm gonna say right now, I want to get this right out of the way. This is an incredibly interesting animatronic, and one that when I saw the stock photos for the first time, I was incredibly surprised by, and did not at all expect to see something like this sold at Party City for 2024. Contaminated Kid is a new for 2024 two-headed goat animatronic, and he's kind of a mix between a freak show animatronic and a demonic animatronic. When you first take a look at this guy, you can definitely see that demonic kind of sinister thing that Party City has going on, and I will say he's being manufactured by Techie Design. So Techie and Party City have going on, because obviously the goat is kind of or the ram is a very sinister creature that is a lot of times in Halloween related to Satan and the devil, especially when we see it depicted with big horns and red colors, as we are seeing on the Contaminated Kid animatronic. But he also kind of has that freak show vibe to him, because this is definitely something you would see at an old school freak show. A goat that has 2 heads, these big horns, and kind of a red cloth around the neck. So whatever, you can kind of look at this a couple of different ways. You can either think of him as a freak show animatronic, which I know a lot of people are thinking of him like that, or he would also go very well in a demonic, sinister, almost hell kind of display. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the listing for this prop, I actually thought there was a mistake in the listing. I thought that Party City put the wrong name with this animatronic. However, it's me being dumb. When I looked into it, a kid is actually the term for a baby goat, which now explains where the name is coming from this animatronic. Contaminated Kid, meaning baby goat, contaminated baby goat. I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of the name, even though now I understand where it's coming from. I don't really think contaminated is the right way to describe this prop. Again, he's more of a freak show slash like demon kind of goat, so I feel like something more sinister or more carnival-y, not a word also, but something more related to clowns or a freak show would fit the name better than Contaminated Kid. Now, as for the look of this animatronic, I actually really enjoy it, and I think it's a breath of fresh air within the retail market of animatronics, because we really don't see a lot of sinister things like this, just because obviously, kind of by nature, not a lot of consumers are going to buy something like this, but I like to see that Party City is venturing into concepts that are new and fresh, and I think the look of this came out very, very nice. I love the sculpts that we are seeing on the 2 goat heads. I think they are super evil looking, very creepy. I love how some of the parts are missing skin, the look of the teeth, the really just creepy look in their eyes. The horn sculpts are awesome. I love the coloring of the horns. I love the beard that both, or whatever you want to call it, kind of I guess the beard you could say, for both of the goats. I think these things just look really menacing. I think that's the only way I can describe it, and they kind of have that look in their eye that they're really annoyed with you, and I love how they're also gritting their teeth. Like I said, this animatronic is being manufactured by Techie, and I think Techie did a really, really nice job on the sculpt of these goats. Sometimes it's hard to make an animal animatronic, and we've seen instances in the past where animal props came out looking bad just because it's tough to sculpt an animal and make it look like it's a legit animal. I think Techie did a great job with the sculpt of both of these heads, and again, I think they look evil, I think they look sinister, and they really add to the creepiness of this animatronic. Another cool thing about this prop is that it actually fogs. So that's correct. If you take a look at the demo video for Contaminated Kid, you'll see that you can actually hook this animatronic up to a fog machine, and fog will come out of the nostrils of both of the goat heads. I think this is awesome. It definitely wasn't necessary, and I definitely could see a world where a retail Halloween company could leave it without fogging at all, but I think it really adds a lot to the prop, and obviously goats are kind of known for letting steam out and when they get angry doing things like that with their nose. So I think it's awesome that something like this, again, with that kind of sinister connection, if you want to look at it that way with like the devil connection and the evilness of this prop, I think it's cool that it fogs because it just adds even more of that sinisterness that we're seeing with Contaminated Kid. And I think this is a great example of how a fog machine can be used to really enhance a prop instead of just adding it to something that doesn't really need it. I think this really adds to the character and really makes sense for the concept with them being two goats and sort of kind of related to hell. Contaminated Kid stands at 4 feet tall, and I think this is going to be a perfect example of a prop that is a lot bigger when you see it in person than when you just see the stock images, because when I first looked at this, I thought, okay, it's a prop, but it's kind of more on the small end. Then I looked at the title and saw that he's actually 4 feet tall, so I think this is going to be one of those things where you see it in person and you're like, whoa, this is a legit animatronic who's actually got some size to him. And now that we're talking about the size of the prop, I should mention his price tag. And the Contaminated Kid will be retailing for $275 United States dollars, and this is one of my only gripes with this animatronic. I think $275 is a lot to ask for the Contaminated Kid, and I kind of think that $200 or $175 would have been a lot more fitting for what we're seeing here. And again, I may go back on my word once I see this guy in person at some point and see what his size looks like in person. Maybe he is worth that price tag, but as of right now, looking at his stock video and his stock photos, this definitely seems like a $200 animatronic to me, only because he's got some head animation, he's got LED eyes, he's got the nose, the mouth, the fogging capability. Nothing really stands out to me as being almost $300 for this prop. Again, I don't know the quality, I haven't seen it in person, I don't really know what the size of him is, but as of right now, I kind of think $175, like $100 cheaper, would have been a much more fitting price tag for Contaminated Kid. So honestly, $275. Maybe, of course, you can get a coupon at Party City most of the time. So if you're gonna buy this guy at some point during the season, I would definitely recommend using a coupon. But overall, this is definitely a neat animatronic to see from Party City for 2024, and like I said, I really do enjoy the look of him. I think he's creepy, I think he's sinister, and I think this is actually a great example of a menacing animatronic. Because again, while you could look at him as a freak show item and something that you would see at an old school carnival, he's also got that sinister side to him. And like I said, we really don't see a lot of almost Satan kind of related props within the retail Halloween market of animatronics, so I think Party City is very brave, I'm gonna say, and courageous for releasing this as part of their lineup. I don't know how good it's gonna sell because of that very reason, but I know I like the look of him a lot. I think he's creepy because of that reason, and again, I applaud Party City and Techie Design for coming up with an animatronic that has that creepy side to him while also having a carnival side to him, and all at the same time while making him look very, very good and very realistic for an animatronic. This is an awesome sneak peek for the 2024 season. It's our 4th sneak peek from Party City, and like I have been doing, I will keep up with my weekly reviews of every single sneak peek from Party City for 2024. Definitely interesting to see that this week we only got 1 reveal. I don't know if that means we're slowing down. Maybe there's not that many animatronics left. I sure hope there is, because so far I am a huge fan of the Party City 2024 animatronic lineup, and I just can't wait every single week, each Tuesday, to see what's coming next. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I was gonna sit there for more Party City Halloween 2024 videos. Goodbye.